Hey folks, Lee Perry, Evansville, Indiana, your district administrator. It's the end of the year, and that means Rotary's going to be calculating your semi-annual invoice for January 1. I want to give you some tips to fix some issues you may be having in your database as soon as possible. Please don't wait until December 31st. You'll run out of time. Because the system runs a lot slower. You know, we've got 50,000 plus clubs around the world that are all trying to update their database at the same time. And RI's mainframe, runs slow anyway because of the different countries that they serve, communities that they serve. Their requirements are different, and it slows down the worst at the end of the year. If you've ever done this before, you know that. So, tips to keep it running smoother on the front end. Make sure you're getting a birth date. Rotary International will no longer allow us to put in people unless they have a full birth date. The only people that can see the year is the member, and if you're making any edits, changes to their record, then you can see the year too. But other than that, nobody can. The other thing is be sure to use at least a middle initial. If they have a very common name, John Smith or John Jones or, Mary Smith, make sure you're using their middle name. If at the very least, because when RI goes to DACDB and you do the member compare and they say, oh, we have Mary Smith here, it'll go out to all of Rotary International and say, has Mary Smith ever been a Rotarian? Where there may be a dozen Mary Smiths. If you at least have her name, then it'll take that and the other two keystone pieces of data, her email and her address, and go try to find her in the system. Okay. The more information you give them, the more likely that you'll get the correct match if they've ever been a Rotarian before. Okay. And that'll help in the future as well. The other thing is that anytime you're adding or deleting anybody from the record, okay, in DACDB, you must run the member compare. It is a two-step process. It's like pulling into the drive-through at the bank. The bank sees you out there, the tellers are waving at you. What do you want? What do you want? Until you put the information into that pneumatic tube that feeds up and goes to the other side where they can see, oh, she wants to make a deposit, or he's trying to make a withdrawal or make a payment on a loan or something like that. Until you tell them this is what I want, they don't know. And that's what member compare does. Member compare says, hey, we've got these people here. We want you to check the record, make sure all the information you have on them is the same as what we have. So I have the ability to run this master list on the whole district compared for each club, all the member compares to see where there are issues. And I'm seeing some of the same problems kind of across the board. So I thought I'd show you how to fix them real quick. Okay. And some of those are two-step processes because it's two steps to get there, it's two steps to get back. All right, I'm going to share my screen and I am not calling anybody out. I just grabbed somebody that had one of the issues that we're looking at. So please don't tell them I'm picking on them, or please don't be offended if this is you. So we have this person, Joshua, and this is a pretty unusual name, but Joshua Dylan Clausen has all three names, so it'll be easy for them to match. But what does it say here? The start date is greater than 274 days. You only have 30 days from the day they have listed as their start date to get them in the system. At 31 days, RI says, whoa, we can't put you in. You have to change the start date. Okay. So what we're going to do is change Joshua's start date to December 1st, because that's within the 30-day window. And then we're going to send an email to RI to say, hey, folks, we had a mistake here. We missed getting Joshua in on time. I'm the secretary or president, whatever you are, of this club. This is my name. This is my Rotary ID number. This is my club number. This is my club name. I'm in Rotary District, whichever district you're in that I serve. And then we put in Joshua Dylan Clausen. This is his new RI member number. Okay. His start date is listed as 12/1/24. It should be 3/20/24. Okay, so I'm going to make a note of that so that when I send that email as the secretary or president, the only two people that can do that, I can't do it for you. I can fix this in the back, but you have to write the email, okay? To say, please fix this for us, and they'll fix that back. Okay, so I'm gonna click his name. You'll notice I can just click his name and go right into his record to fix this. Okay, and I know that the club won't hate me. You'll see that their secretary's really on this. Their records are really clean. This was just an oops, and that's why I said make a tickler Okay. And if I didn't, I meant to make a tickler in your digital calendar to run within 48 hours of putting the person in, that you go check and see, run the RI compare and see if they've been picked up already. Okay. And if you're using the virtual application, it's seamless. They'll already have a member number when, as soon as you click it. So we're going to change his club start date to within 30 days of today. And I always do it within about 2 weeks. So in case something wanky happens, then we've got time to fix it and we don't have to change his start date again. So we're going to go to December and we're going to make it December 2nd. We're going to save that. Okay. And we're going to refresh. Okay. And then I'm going to close that member's record, come over here and refresh again. And you guys will just click on my club. I've got to click on district and get down to that club. And I know, okay, here we go. Member compare. Okay, now you'll see that there's no red on Joshua now. So we're going to go over here and say add it to RI. We've had it in there for months and RI didn't pick it up. So we're saying, hey guys, we're knocking on the door. Here's our pneumatic tube. Let's fix it. So now RI is taking what we gave him about Joshua and looking and seeing, has Joshua ever been a Rotarian before? Let's check it out. Let's see. Okay. Member was not found after searching, so there's no previous records. So this is a brand new member with a brand new member number of 122224414. We're going to close that, okay? And now he's right where he needs to be. But now step 2, and I'm going to send a note to the secretary and say, hey, I fixed this for you. But here's step 2. I need to make a note that he needs to write that email. And if you need a copy of that template, just let me know and I'll be glad to send it to you so that he can get that corrected and get him added in. Okay. And the reason you need to add him in for the appropriate time is that if he's made contributions to the Rotary Foundation for the last, 6 or 9 months, whatever it is, he's not getting not getting credit for those as a Rotarian because he was just a guest in the system. Okay. Now, chances are he probably wasn't, but you don't want to take a chance on losing somebody's information. Okay. Now, the other thing that I see is that, let me check here which club. Okay, I've got somebody that's the other way. So let me go here to this club, and they've got somebody that's the other way around. Okay, RI integration, member compare. Okay, now they've got 4 folks that are showing up in the RI side, but not in the DACDB side. Okay. So they may have deleted them in Rotary or in DACDB, but not deleted them in Rotary. Okay. So this is part of the member compare so you can make sure that you get it done. Because if they're supposed to be deleted, which I don't have any way of knowing if they're still in the club or not, then we have to come over here and terminate them in RI. Okay. Now, RI batch processes all those terminations at midnight. So whatever date you put in there, they'll process that night. And then the next day, they'll be free to transfer, join another club, or out of your billing system, whatever the case may be on that. All right. One of the other things that I've seen, most of it is that their the dates are wrong. Their start date is too long ago. But one of the other things I think, and like I said, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just trying to help get this stuff fixed. All right. Let's do this club and member compare. Okay, and they've got a start date that's really crazy, which I'm not sure what the situation is, but I scroll down here and make sure that he's not on this side too with a different number. But this is a person that's at RI, right? But has probably been deleted from DACDB because it says the birthday is missing right here. But I don't know that for sure, and I can't delete them, but they'll need to go ahead and do that, make that change. All right. And then let me check this club real quick here. Okay, so these folks here, this is why I said you've got to have a birthday. If you don't have a birthday, I can't go fix these. It won't let me because they'll say it doesn't have a birthday, so there's nothing I can do. Okay. You have to have the birthday. Then we can change these start dates, fix the start dates, and then send that email to RI to data@rotary.org to say, hey, these are our people. This is the new member number. Please fix their start dates. Okay. And down here, what I wanted to show you, this is the other thing I'm seeing some of. David Maynard has this member number, 3502168. If you'll look up here, okay, David Maynard is right here with a different member number. So that's what I was meaning when I said sometimes you'll see two records for the same person. So all it takes is writing an email to RI to say, hey, this is the same guy. He's got inadvertently, we've got two member numbers for him. Please combine these and let us know what the correct member number is. Okay. That pretty much covers everything that I wanted to share with you guys tonight, just to make sure that you know the basics of how to fix the issues. If I went too fast, if it doesn't make sense, if you haven't been trained, if you need help, just contact me and I'm more than happy to help. Okay. If you want to schedule a Zoom, the easiest thing is to go to my website, askleeperry.com. That's my personal website, but it also has a big schedule now button at the top. You'll see my schedule and you can look at your schedule and pick the time that works best for you to schedule a window for us to do a Zoom or to talk through on the phone how to fix the situation. But if you need any help, don't hesitate to give me a shout. I'm here to serve. And I appreciate everything that you guys do for Rotary to make the world a better place, guys. That's what this is all about. And, you know, as long as we're focusing on the service, then everything else works out. Thanks so much. I hope you have a happy holiday, a safe time, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye for now.